Nothing. Nothing crashed at Roswell on the 4th of July, 1947. Nothing. These are my orders to be telling you. Absolutely nothing. Nicht. Well, maybe something did, but it was no more than a hot air weather balloon. In fact, what did not crash there was so insignificant that the Air Force, they say to anyone who tried to speak about it, "We will kill you." And, for good measure, we shut down any radio stations and tried to broadcast the story. Very unimportant, that must look. You know, for all his faults, even the Führer, he would not have somebody shot because of a weather balloon. So what next? What next, the Americans, they ask me, the expert, the man with the experience in making things go away. I say, this rancher, this Mac Brazel, the one who found this damn thing, bring him to me. I will have a little word with him, a little word like in the old days. And then maybe he remember things just a little bit differently, yeah. People do tend to remember things differently. When they tied to the chair with the light in the face and the fingers coming out and they attach the electrodes to the testicles. It took me right back, I don't mind telling you. Yes, Mac Brazel, it was him that found this thing, this so-called weather balloon. Yeah, and maybe the odd flying saucer buried in the dirt. But he was a good, dutiful American, so what he do? Yeah, he no keep his mouth shut. No, he called it in to Uncle Sam, thinking that they are going to cross his palm with the silver for the information. Instead, you know what they do? Even before I see him, he get 5 days in jail and a full body cavity search. Just in case he have the weather balloons and the crash test dummies stuck up his ass. Oh, well, I say to Mac, then, I make you the offer you cannot refuse. You take the money, you shut up, and you go away. Otherwise, for free, absolutely for free, I give you the shallow grave in the desert. How about that? What you gonna do, Mac? A few days later, Mr. Brazel is driving through the town in his shiny new truck, waving a little money around, and he seems to have entirely forgotten about flying saucers, weather balloons, and crash test dummies. He's all just gone right out of his mind, and I knew then. I said, "You have not lost your touch." But these dummies, these things that fell out of the sky, they were, of course, never alive. They were so never alive that the Air Force ring me again. And they say, "I know it's late, but you are to go to the airport where you will meet the crew of the B-29 now landing at Roswell." What you want then? What you want from me? Coffins. That's what we want from you. We want coffins. You mortician, yeah? Bring the coffins. How many coffins you want? We want 6. Small. How small? Very small. 4 foot. And to fit people with heads the shape of the fucking Mazda bulb. Coffins, 4 foot, with bulb-shaped heads. Okay. I'll get right on it then. And so it was that against all my expert advice, they decide to give these rubber johnnies a proper burial. Yeah, just to be sure that the Russians don't come sneaking in the night, or the dummies suddenly spring back to life and run away, they are entombing them in the nuclear bomb pits under armed guard. And the man heading this armed guard is a Sergeant Quincy, Ah, well, must be the very highlight of his career then. He's on his way to the top, because here he is, pointing a gun into the middle of the night, and all there is down in the hole there is a nuclear bomb pit filled with coffins stuffed with the crash test dummies.